This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Power others by synthesizing our own experiences as hikers, runners, and outdoor adventurers with our unique expertise in nutrition and personal training. This guidebook provides a step-by-step approach to learning the basics of gear selection, navigation, and trip planning, as well as nutritional and physical preparation. On top of that, Adventure Ready prepares you for the emotional and mental challenges of spending several weeks or months in the backcountry. We believe that longer journeys in nature can be life-changing and a gateway to experiencing more of your true self. Together, we hope that this book gives you the tools to become adventure ready. Katie's story. On a drizzly morning in March 2009, I stood under the stone archway at Amicalola Falls State Park, my body propping up the weight of a 55-pound pack full of borrowed gear. I was joining a college friend for the beginning of his Appalachian Trail, AT, through hike. At that point in my life, I had been on exactly one overnight backpacking trip ever, and until a few months prior was unaware of the existence of the AT and the world of long-distance hiking. I had no idea what would come of this adventure, but I was excited. I hiked 600 miles of the AT that year before a family emergency pulled me back home. But in those 6 weeks, the trajectory of my life shifted. During those weeks of extended time in nature, I found a connection with myself and the surrounding world that I didn't know I'd been missing. I felt like I was where I belonged for the first time in a long time, and I fell in love with the experience and culture of through hiking. I also discovered that there were more trails like the AT, trails covering thousands of miles at a stretch all over the world. A seed was planted, and I had a strong sense that long-distance hiking would become an integral part of my life. It took 5 years for me to find my way back to a long trail, this time the Pacific Crest Trail, PCT, through the serendipitous ways of the universe. I was working as a baker near Asheville, North Carolina at the time, staying busy with daily routine and believing that I was content enough. But on my evening and weekend runs through the wooded trails of the Appalachians, I could hear my inner voice calling for greater freedom and adventure. On Memorial Day of 2013, I was bitten by a rattlesnake while out on a run. I was bedridden for 3 weeks with my swollen black and blue leg propped up on pillows. During that time, a friend dropped a book off for me, Called Again, by Jennifer Farr Davis. The author had given my friend the book earlier that day during a chance encounter at the bakery where we both worked. Sometimes certain books, stories, or people enter your life at just the right moment and pour fuel onto a small fire that was already burning within you. I devoured the book in 48 hours, my love of long-distance hiking reignited. As I turned the final page, I committed to being on another long-distance trail as soon as possible, and to never again going so many years without satisfying that thirst for extended time in the outdoors. The following year, I thru-hiked the PCT, and it was as fulfilling as I'd hoped it would be, but I returned home feeling extremely fatigued. According to doctors, I was fine. But I knew I was not. My deepest longing at the time was to get my body ready for adventure again, so I began reading medical journals, scientific articles, and books by doctors and other experts to find possible causes for my symptoms. I ordered my own labs online and began to experiment with different protocols. As part of my learning, I apprenticed with a functional medicine practitioner, and completed a nutrition certification as well as an herbal medicine certification. My health began to improve, and I was slowly able to return to the active outdoor life that I